So this the wow is to my video that I really went off and said excuse me. So let me explain. First of all, that commenter had left another nasty message that was attacking me personally. And here's the thing, it's not so much fine if you want to attack me. I've said this before, I'm a psych nurse. I don't care what you call me. You have to have a thick skin for that. What really upsets me, and this is why I just posted videos that I know people don't want to even think is possibly true, but it is. And that's, one was from General Flynn, and then the other was from Trump, saying that once you look into Bill Clinton in regards to Jeffrey Epstein, who, again, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested when Trump came into office. Jeffrey Epstein was involved in if people know what he was involved in. There was all this testimony at Ghislaine Maxwell, his partner's trial, about Bill Clinton and many other and many things of them trafficking children, pedophilia, and the highest of Hollywood, Beyonce, Jay-Z. I mean, yes, it seems shocking. It seems like a conspiracy theory, but that's why Trump said, when you look into how many times Bill Clinton was at Epstein Island, and Hillary, but Bill Clinton like 27 times. There's been enough pictures of him and Epstein together. People only go to Epstein Island for one thing: children. And what they do is they try to, there's cameras all over the place. I mean, obviously not now, he's gone. But everybody knew about Jeffrey Epstein because Cindy McCain, John McCain's wife, said in an interview, you can look it up, yeah, we all knew about Epstein. Nobody was going to do anything about it. Yeah, because all the politicians had been, some of them get roped into it and go there, and then they videotape them doing something to a child, and then they own them. And that's the truth for many of the people that are our Congress and representatives. I'm not saying all of them, but many. And others that will just cover up for it and look the other way. The reason trafficking was never being addressed, and nobody knew of what it, I mean, I remember I've said before, I took care of women fresh out of trafficking, and that's never, like regularly, that were coming into the ER, and starting in like 2018, and then it was increasing because of Trump being in office and a home in my county where these women were going to transition to come back into society. So anyway, there was that, and then there was all of the reports, for if you were paying attention, but you can look them up. They just didn't really make it on the mainstream media, but all of these U.S. Marshals doing rescues around the country, and it was actually going on around the world as well, I mean, with different countries. But here in America, sometimes there'd be 2 or 3 a week. This was when Trump was in office. Operation Homebound, Operation We Will Save You, saving people from kidnappings, and most of it being, to take young women and children into child exploitation or just it's trafficking. And I remember being at work talking to nurses in the ER, and we were like, we didn't know all these people had gone missing. Why weren't the American people told that there was all the, like, when was the last time you had an Amber Alert? We should have been having them all the time based on all these operations that were going on. Well, that's because Trump was in office and something was getting done about it. And Harvey Weinstein, who was in Hollywood, manipulating and abusing girls, and many of those Hollywood people like Oprah helping to bring some of those girls in. Yes, I know it's shocking. It seems like a conspiracy. It's not. There is a partial list out there of the Epstein list, but we don't have every name. And many Pritzker's cousin was on the list. That one was exposed. There's a huge list, a bunch of Hollywood people. And it said Matthew Perry was on it. He was just killed. He just died, right? To his Chandler on Friends. So the whole point of that is if they can get them to the island, and some of them, yeah, they have the pedophile tendencies, but they will videotape them. And then that's blackmail. Some of our judges as well have been there. That was the whole point. It was to blackmail as many as they could. So when I get angry because people want to attack me, because and basically I'm not even accusing him of that. We don't know if he was there. He may, because it doesn't mean everybody was there, but there were many. So there's a reason that the Congress and the House just continue to play this game with you like everything is normal, okay? It's not, okay? Epstein was doing this for decades. He had tons of money from Mossad, Israel. Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Robert Maxwell, who is deceased, but he was a Mossad agent. So it's all connected to the same dirty intelligence and all that. So this stuff is not a conspiracy, it's true. And if you think about it, it makes sense. It's exactly, it's globalists. And that's what General Flynn said in that many of these people in Washington, they are compromised by that. So they have a vested interest not for people to find out. So I don't care what anybody thinks about me trying to character assassinate anyone. They haven't been doing anything there in D.C. except yanking everybody's chain, whether it's the House or Congress. Nothing ever gets done because it can't, because likely most of them are compromised, whether it's with Epstein or something else. So yes, I get very heated when people want to say I'm character assassinating someone when I wasn't even saying anything. Like, I don't know if Mike Johnson, I doubt he probably was on Epstein Island. He came in at 2016. But it doesn't matter. They are all controlled by lobbyists. That's just, I mean, it's 2 and 2. It's common sense here, people. When they get big donations like that, that is who they are serving. So that's a problem on the face of it. But I don't think most people even get to that spot unless there's already those under the table deals, you know, like with healthcare and the pharmaceutical companies, like, yeah, we'll give you some money, but we need you to vote no on this when you get there, or do that. That's not working. None of them are working for the American people. So I do get heated about that, because there is so much we have not been told, and they still are hiding about the Epstein list and what politicians and the rest of the Hollywood people that are on there, because one of the judges did finally release more of the list, like less than a year ago, and that's when you found out about Tom Pritzker, J.B. Pritzker, the governor in my state's cousin, being there. And that's all just factual evidence, but the list is farther than that, because they have all the flight logs. So yeah, I get heated about it because people seem to forget that all of this goes back to the Epstein. To trafficking of girls, trafficking of children, and then, you know, just and this all goes back to globalists. And yet we have every institution in this country, from education to healthcare to the government, that is on board with the global agenda, most especially the Democrats, but so are the Republicans. They're owned. If they got a spot in there, they got it because they had to go through some hoops, and they were willing to, you know, say, not go against the global initiative. Jeffrey Epstein, it's been going on a long time. They find any way they can blackmail you. So I do get angry about that stuff, because people act like that, oh, first of all, you can say what you want about a public official, okay? I mean, to act like I'm the enemy here. I'm an average American citizen who would like to have a government that actually works for the American people, and not corrupt pharma, not corrupt healthcare, not corrupt teachers and union associations or globalists. Then the globalists were all tied to Jeffrey Epstein. I would like to have a government that actually operates ethically. So yeah, I will get angry about that stuff, because how quickly people just totally forget that we still don't have the full list of Epstein, because the courts haven't released the full list. But the list we do have is very long.